YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be ranking all 5 movies that I saw in May of 2021 from the worst to the best. Now this is new releases, not non-releases. That ranking will be coming soon. I haven't filmed it yet, but by the time you're seeing this, it's probably going to be like posting in the next 5 minutes or something, but or 4 minutes now since of the intro. But anyways, to be clear, if you guys, I'm filming this on a Sunday, Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, like the 12th. Because if you guys do not know, the last time I saw that was a new release was A Quiet Place Part 2. And so, in honor of that movie, I thought that there's not really any movies that I'm planning to see this weekend, so let's just film my review, my ranking. So, here's my ranking of all 5 films that I saw in May of 2021. Now, to be clear, there's not technically a bad or a terrible film on this list. So even though Those Who Wish Me Dead, is on at number 5, it's still a pretty good thriller. I mean, a pretty good movie. Of course, on the positives, the thriller stuff and the music just works so well, and the relationship between Angelina Jolie and this kid just works so well, and I love the mother and son relationship between them. But really, the main problem here is that I feel like the way the story was told in this film was kind of the weakest of the movie. I don't remember specific, like, things, of the film, because I saw this, like, 2 weeks ago, when it came out. So I only saw it one time. It's funny how, I believe that this was 2 hours, no, it was a 1 hour and 50 minutes. But I was actually kind of expecting to like this movie because it has Angelina Jolie. It's an action movie. It focuses on forest fires and all that. But the forest fire stuff, Angelina Jolie's character, she kind of has an arc, but at the same time she doesn't. Because I feel like with the forest fire stuff, they don't really explain. I mean, not explain, but they don't explore that very well. I wanted them to explore it more. And the way the characters are doing what they're doing just does not make sense. So it has a bunch of good stuff, but then a couple of pretty mixed up stuff. So this film is mixed for me, but I still enjoy it. And there's just a couple things that really bother me for this film. Alright, so for me, this is another one of those. From here on out, this is basically every movie I would give a positive review to. And Monster, as this was the first movie that I saw in May of 2021, it is a pretty good one. Once again, with Judas and the Black Messiah and Concrete Cowboy, as we actually have a trilogy of black people films. I hate to say that. I feel like when I say black people in general, it feels like I'm being racist, but I'm not. I just feel like every single black movie, whether it's Judas and the Black Messiah, Concrete Cowboy, or even this one, it just does such a great job with exploring black people, during black people lives, and it just does it in such a great way. And this movie continues that with the story about this detective of this court case that they're trying to figure out, was this black guy part of this robbery? And it kind of has some twists and turns and stuff like that. Not many, but you know, it's kind of one of those movies where the court case, where they're kind of telling the truth. Are they telling the truth? Are they not? Are they lying? And I thought that there was some good stuff in it, and I thought that it kind of explored the history of the court case was interesting. But you know, the story is very simple. Mostly the problems here is that the story is very simple, and the way that they do it is just, it feels like this movie could be done in like 5 minutes, like, because in an entire movie about a court case doesn't seem like the right thing to do. But I do realize now that like it has like him like in prison or something, and like he needs to catch up on his studies and stuff like that, and that's also a very cool thing about the movie too. But other than that, it is a pretty good film, but it's not great. But I still enjoyed it a lot. Now, this was a film that, for me, when I first saw it, I actually really did like it. I mean, I still do like it. I still like it with the same score, which is a B-. And I stand by that because I think that with the stuff that they gave from the cast, with Wyatt Russell, with Anthony Mackie, Amy Adams, the whole cast is just great. And the thriller vibes, the music is all great. Amy Adams has this like character arc that I just really enjoy. How in the film with Millie Bobby Brown, something like that. The black guy from Godzilla vs. Kong. He's like, they create this arc with her that she creating scenarios, and Amy Adams just has like a great role in this film. She really brings everything she can into this film, and she does an absolute best job with it. So that's something I love about the film. But I think the initial story for what's happening, I don't really think it works well enough. The way it kind of happens is kind of weird. The way it kind of like, I feel like it shifts from her being crazy to an old man hurting his own son, which is just very crucial to a film like this. And then it tries to be like this murder mystery, which I mean, it's exciting. The music is great, but then the twist of Ethan being the bad guy, I'm not the biggest fan of that. So, had some good stuff, but overall the execution in the end did not work for me. So, it still had a lot of great stuff, but still not some good stuff. But still not some great stuff. Now, Army of the Dead, people are being really hyped about this film because, as this is another Zack Snyder film, which this is actually his first film after years of making Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, which came out 2 months before this film, which was amazing because I love that movie so much. Zack Snyder's Justice League, by the way. I thought that Army of the Dead was actually a pretty good film to return for what Zack Snyder is known for, because if you don't know, he made Dawn of the Dead, which I believe is a zombie film, and what he's known for is making superhero films. He's known for making some pretty big action blockbusters. And granted, the films that I've seen from him, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Man of Steel, and the original cut of Justice League, all 3 films have, well, let's not really count Justice League 2017 because, that's not really a film of his, but it still counts as his filmography. But, so anyway, let's just talk about Army of the Dead. So, Army of the Dead, I enjoyed it. I thought there was some very cool action. The way they did some of the characters, I thought were pretty cool. Some of the characters I don't think were that interesting or very watchable. Well, I mean, some of the characters were watchable, but some of them had some cool character arcs, but some of them didn't. I also liked how it kind of took place in Las Vegas, and I also liked some of the soundtrack that they used for Las Vegas, like that opening scene where they have the Las Vegas song and they're like going through all of the stuff with Dave Bautista's character and killing zombies and stuff. Like, that scene was very cool to me. Probably one of the best scenes of the entire film. And then it has like an emotional arc at the end where the daughter has to kill his own father, which, as a film that stars Dave Bautista, I'm not really sure if that really works, but as an emotional level, I think it does work. I don't remember any issues with the film, but some of the characters just were not that great. And the zombies, I wish they were explained better. But you know, creatures like this, they're not meant to have character arcs. They're meant to just feed on human living. They're meant to feed on the living. They're not meant to have these big character arcs. So, yeah. So, I did like the movie, but it has some problems. But still, it's a very cool film. The long-awaited A Quiet Place 2 has finally come out, and as people have been waiting for this movie to come out, it really does live up to the original film. Because the way it continues this world after the original film is just great. The way it continues this family is great. But if you remember back in the first film, they just focused on this family specifically. Yeah, they had some other human characters in the mix, especially with that old guy. But in this film, not only do you get to see the world after the family, and you don't just focus on the family, but you also look at how this whole alien apocalypse, this whole quiet place apocalypse started, and you get to see what other people's lives are like during this apocalypse. You get to see the new character from the baseball game. I thought was very cool. His arc was actually really good, especially with the daughter. I thought it was really cool. And the new characters I thought were pretty good too. The thrills were probably the best thing about the film. There was literally every time the aliens would just pop out of nowhere, I would literally get scared, like literally. So like, this film is very scary, very thrilling. It has some great action, great character arcs, and I really, after what happened in the first film, what happened with the family, they have to do, because of what happened in the first film, they have to do new things they have to find new ways to do stuff with the characters, and the stuff that they did was very cool. So I love the stuff that they did with the characters. So that was very fun and stuff. So yeah, it has some pretty good action, great thrills, great scary moments, great character arcs, great way to continue this world after the first one, and the way it kind of does new stuff with the characters and introduces new characters and sees you see the lives of these characters, like see the lives of these other characters that are doing in this world. And also some smaller plot lines were also pretty good. And the music, also fantastic. So this is a great movie. Some of the dialogue didn't really work. It was hard to understand when they start to meet the baseball game guy. And some scenes kind of felt a little bit too long and kind of rushed, but that's basically everything I didn't like about the movie. But this whole movie is great, so that's why it's my favorite movie of May of 2021. And to be honest, it's not really a surprise because both movies are fantastic and I love them so much and I'm raving over them. And you'll see in my non-new release ranking that movie is up there. The first one is up there. But that is my ranking for May of 2021 new releases. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram name is Marvel6. My TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my about section so you can follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as my Instagram, Marvel_6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.